Message from Sigmagora. Message from the future.
Hello everyone. Is it allowed to say hello? I hope it's not considered unethical to greet each other.
Technology is not that technology that some mean aliens have dropped on our planet and now we have to deal with it. Every little piece of technology on this planet has been invented by us humans because we have dreams, we have visions behind it.
The challenge of a digital new era for the theater, it's really a big issue. We developed this the ETC Lab digital project because we think that we need to have some shared space between searchers, scientists, developers, and performers, directors, artists.
I think for me the interesting thing about the project is that although you start from artistic intentions, working with digital technology, it actually allows you to find new ways of working interdisciplinary and allows you to kind of step out of the old process and find new ways of working together, which ultimately will lead to innovation.
Wir suchen eine Lösung, unkontrollierbare Algorithmen zu neutralisieren.
In my concept, Sigmagora is a sort of a computer running, directing the future. So democracy is useless because the computer will resolve all the problems for work, for water, for education, for the money. Everything is under control. So people don't need to meet, don't need to have an election. So it's a big challenge with the actor to work on this virtual reality because the message they receive come from the future. So it's not real people. So they have to speak with this sort of hologram and the audience has to be part of the game. With the iPhone, they have the virtual presence so they can see that the actor is speaking with somebody coming from the future.
The challenge for using technology in theater is to develop a new form of digital dramaturgy. That means technology should be not an accidental gimmick, but should be necessary for the drama and for this theatrical event. And then digital dramaturgy can help to bring artist and technology together, and technology and people, and in the very end, people and people.
The concept was actually very simple. So what is when we are taking the mobile phones which are actually disturbing a performance in usual performances, we have analog performances, the mobile phone would disturb the communication process. So how we open up that and invite and embrace that process.
For each city, you can build your own kind of scenario within the concept of Sigmagora. And with the help of this admin panel, you can do that. You can do it remotely. For example, somebody from Tbilisi can configure a session for Karlsruhe, or somebody in Nancy can configure a session for Oslo, because it's all in the web. You can do it remotely and then test it on the spot. So with the help of this, we could take different locations, pin them in different cities, and apply different tasks.
So at the screen you see the co-creation environment where the users and the environment actually send a message to Sigmagora, and Sigmagora comes here as a coup de théâtre in person on stage.
Представляй си, дал си ljudi.
Living in Belgium and with many languages on such a small space, we are practicing subtitling for a long moment. And when the idea came, was presented to us by Théâtre de Liège and Teatru Național Craiova, that we would be part of that project on subtitling. We were curious and enthusiastic to see how technology could further up that project.
Le dispositif idiomatique
facilite notre intercompréhension mutuelle en s'attaquant à ces causes profondes et en favorisant le dialogue entre les individus.
We had a project as a company to bring different languages together on the stage to see what can be understood when you do not understand everything that is said. And together with the project of Liège and Craiova was the aim to develop a surtitling tool that would be triggered by voice recognition. So the device does not translate on the spot. That is far beyond, I think, the technological possibilities right now, mainly because subtitling has to be almost simultaneous to the sound production of the actor.
I think that it is very important to bring the new generation and for the theater. It's what happened during the performances we had in Craiova, that a lot of young audience came to see the show, and that with the help of new technologies we can speak their language.
Vad lär ni på skolor i franska? Det kan inte... Nej, det är... Okej, jag prövar en gång till. Sista någon. Ja. Gott bon va.
In the frame of the European Theatre Convention, we developed the beautiful project of cooperation with the Norske Teatret, and Erik Ulf directed the play Per Gynt in Zagreb using the new technologies, and I directed Miroslav Krleža's play Kraljevo here in the Norske Teatret. And the topic was to develop the new situation for the rehearsals, for the presentations, based on the digital technologies, especially in the sound equipment. And so both Eric and me, with the professors, with the engineers, we developed the special machines who can transform the voices, and then we integrated the new technologies in the frame of the theater, who is the mixture between traditional drama, speaking theater, and the very physical theater, expressive, like a post-drama theater.
And we gave this as an assignment to the students. So we gave them 2 snippets of text from Per Gynt, that's been staged in Croatia, and King's Fair, that's been staged here in Oslo at the Norske. These ideas in turn were then presented to the theaters, and some of the ideas floated to the top, and one of them was to use motion sensor technology.
S obzira na to, pašćeš na koljena.
Right. And the idea behind this is really to to connect sound more to the actor on stage. That the actor can, him or herself, can manipulate or produce sound just by using their bodies.
What I find very interesting about this project is the kind of impacts that a European project like the European Theatre Lab can have also at a national level on each of the theatre, each of the national structure in terms on how they could redevelop some form of partnership with local universities, research center, scientists or technical organization, and also how it kind of impacted the way they are working internally. So bringing maybe more links between technician, sound designer, artistic direction, communication teams. So this is also an interesting form of impact which has been somehow made possible throughout the European Theatre Lab project.
I think that since Romanian and Greek, we're still the same. We're still the same with fear, hate, love, power problems. And what changed is the technology. Now we can fly, now we can phone everywhere. And you know, we know that Big Brother is watching you and hearing you. So that's the only change. But the man is still the same. He's born, he lives, and he's gonna die. So we all have the same problem, and we must not think that new technology is going to solve our problem.
The way how they were able to master this is incredible, but I think most exciting is that they have been producing not only inspiring projects, but projects that are really showing next possibilities, next steps and new directions. And I think it's very important to go this direction even further, and maybe even to start to think of this collaboration in a more extended way, where it's no longer just about how to bring technology onto the stage into theater, but maybe even more, how can we bring theater, the qualities, the expertise of theater into technology? How can theater help us to develop the technology in a way that the future that is coming out of it is a future that we really would like to, a future where we want to live at?
Welcome everybody. I think that Sigmagora tried to send us a message from Sigmagora. Message from the future.